What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Artificial Intelligence Club at George Mason University. It's our first semester, and we're excited to give you a spiel about what we have going on. What's up, Mauricio? We're excited to give you a spiel about what we have going on this semester and talk a little bit about like what AI is as well. So before we talk about AI, first I'll introduce myself, Armand and Isabella, AI. To you guys. So I'm Armand. I'm a senior studying computer science. I actually started Tech for Good, another club before this. So if any of you guys are familiar with Tech for Good, I was affiliated with that before this. And yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Isabella. I'm also a senior computer science student. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia. And I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for showing up to our Mom and I's club. This is a club about us, not about artificial intelligence. So if you want to leave, you can. Just kidding.
And if you were here for something else, you're probably here for the AI club. So anyways, what is the AI club, right? We're a community about sharing ideas and knowledge, trying to demystify AI, and exploring the possibilities and capabilities of what we can do with this new technology. And as a club, as well, connecting with each other as peers and other people in the industry and researchers, etc., who come in for the club as well.
I think that a really big purpose for why we started this club, we wanted to be multidisciplinary for a reason, because we wanted very diverse perspectives going into this, and just also because AI is so prominent in our everyday lives, like with ChatGPT, for example. A lot of people know the term AI, but they just don't know how it works or the math behind it. So we kind of wanted to just open up that conversation with everybody.
Oh wait, that slide was supposed to be before it. Oh wait, no, never mind.
You're good.
Okay, never mind, I'm tripping. Okay. What is AI? Question for everyone. So we're the AI club, but what is AI? So anyone want to answer to the best of their knowledge? No one here knows what AI is? Yeah, what's up?
It's just an algorithm.
An algorithm. And what is that algorithm trying to do? Okay. Any other thoughts?
A machine that gets better over time by itself, just by being trained on data.
Nice. Yeah, all of you guys are right. So what it boils down to is a computer is trying to become a human. Computers are trying to replicate human intelligence. That's what artificial intelligence really is, at its fundamental core. And this definition, I pulled this from Webster Dictionary. So yeah. So we've seen AI apply in a lot of different use cases. As Mason students, we see these robots roaming around delivering food all the time. Starship robots. And if you've ever been to Atlanta or San Francisco, maybe you've taken a ride in a Waymo, which is like autonomous vehicle service. And maybe, who knows, maybe you've even seen like a robot, like in Austin, Texas, like running around like that robot right there. Or maybe you've seen it on TikTok, right? TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, these also use AI. They learn from your interests, they learn from your posts. And yeah, what's up?
Yeah, when I was in LA this summer, I seen at least 2 or 3 Waymos just driving around.
Did you ride in one?
No.
No.
I had a rental.
You didn't trust
so
it?
I had a rental, so I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the social medias also learn from your posts, learn from your interests, recommend you content. And same thing with Spotify, Apple Music, other apps like that for streaming music and stuff like that, right? And
then other integrations that are also on our phone are services like Siri or Hey Google, and also facial recognition, which are able to just make our lives a lot easier and accomplish tasks a lot quicker. Also, as we all know and love, Alexa And then also ChatGPT, which can take in our requests, understand them, and then generate a response for us.
Yeah, so all of these technologies kind of relate to this structure right here. Like they all take part, they're all found in like somewhere here. So there's artificial intelligence, which is basically any computer algorithm trying to imitate human behavior. And then there's machine learning, which is kind of like a subset of AI, right? It's getting more and more data and improving your output based off of the more and more data you get. And then there's deep learning, and deep learning is getting more and more data and then improving your own algorithm based off of the data. So then all of these are kind of domains of AI, right? And there's different applications here. So there's like natural language processing, which is like processing English or Spanish or other languages, right? How can we process these languages as computers? Computer vision, like the Waymo or the Starship robot, like navigating the campus. Like how can the computer see? There's speech and audio processing. If you're in a Zoom meeting or something, if you're a computer in a, like imagine like a robot in a Zoom meeting, right? How can it detect who is talking and what they're saying, right? Robotics, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Kind of tying back to the examples. And reinforcement learning, that's the idea of teaching the AI like what is right and wrong, right? And then planning and decision making, telling the AI how to get through to an achievement based off of planning, and knowledge representation and reasoning, teaching the AI facts. Like how can we teach computers about facts and knowledge? Now, a lot of people, when they, when we're a kid or something, right, we hear about AI and we think of this, like the Terminator or Astro Boy or Detroit Become Human, like these sort of characterizations of AI. And this is called artificial general intelligence, when the AI is so good that it is just as good or better than a human, basically. And this is kind of a goal, like long term, for a lot of like AI research and stuff. Like how can we make the AI basically a human? Which, a lot of mixed opinions on that, like happening, right? But anyways, AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Awesome. And so we have another question for the audience. How does AI make decisions? Feel free to share your thoughts. Sorry, can you say it one more time? Oh, that's a really good answer, actually. Yeah. Yes, for sure. Kind of like what our mom was just talking about, like artificial general intelligence, like AI is not actually human, it's not actually consciously making decisions. So it's a whole bunch of math. Were you gonna say something, sorry?
I think it's just adaptive programming and machine learning at
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Yes.
Kind of going off what those two said, it doesn't really make decisions, but I think, from what I think, I feel like it goes off of certain probabilities and chooses the one that would be like the most beneficial. Probably.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely true. Yes.
So basically, scientists, they come up with some algorithms and it goes through those algorithms and calculations.
Yes.
And we actually do not know what's going on, I guess.
Right.
I guess
Literally, we do not know.
It's termed the black box or something.
Yeah. That is a really good term to describe it, black box, because it's just like a lot of researchers working on it. So we just get to see the abstracted version of that, and we get to reap the benefits, and I guess also pay. Those are all really great answers. Thank you so much for sharing. And then just in general, again, like describing that black box, and you don't really know what's going inside of it, but the essential idea of how AI is making these decisions is it's trained off of data. So it receives an input, and through that data, it's able to create and recognize patterns within it, and then after that, it's able to apply those learned relationships through the data set and then produce the output that was requested by the user. And so some different types of decisions that AI is making can be classification. So this can be like determining if an email is spam or not spam. And then there's regression, which can be like predicting different temperatures or house pricing based on previous data sets. And then there's clustering, which can be used by businesses that can classify what type of shoppers are coming to their site. So these are the different types of things that AI does have to determine, but again, it's not like how a human would do it. It's a lot of math, algorithms, probability. And then the other question we have is, how does AI learn to make those decisions? I think some of us already touched up on it, but if you guys want to add anything to answer this question, like how it actually works behind the scenes. And no worries, yeah, go ahead.
Personally, I've seen AI adopts your language, so like slang lingo you use, and
Yeah.
it adopts it.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Trial and error.
Trial and error, yeah, definitely. Yes.
NLPs.
NLP, yes, yeah. We see it a lot, like with ChatGPT, and other like large language learning models. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. Just as like a really high level overview of some techniques of like how AI is trained, one technique is called supervised learning. And as I mentioned before, data is passed into these models to train them, right? To be really, really good and to have really good outputs, you're gonna need some data. And so the main trait of supervised learning are labels. That's all you have to know. So basically in this example, we have different data points and they each have a label assigned to them. And both this information, both the data and the labels are passed into the model and it's able to make predictions, and then when you give it a certain shape, it will output that label and classify it. Then after that, there's also unsupervised learning, which is the
goal. And there are limits. Hallucination, for example, like when you ask ChatGPT a question and it gives you a very incorrect response, or bias. The data that AI is trained on is human data, right? And the internet and humans like inputting their data, so humans are biased inherently, so the data is also biased. And there's also compute costs. We can't do all this AI stuff for free. There is a cost, and that is monetary as well as environmental.
And we can't talk about AI without talking about ethics and responsibility. AI is a really powerful tool, so it's super duper important that we know how to use it responsibly. There are huge ethical concerns with bias and fairness just due to like data sets going in and then not having a huge representative and diverse set of data. So we want to ensure that the outputs produced by these AI are fair and just, and to do that we need better data. There's also the issue with privacy and surveillance because this data is produced by us, and so we don't know sometimes if our data are going to these big companies who are trying to train these models. Then there's also the issue of safety. An example of this could be like autonomous weapons. How is AI being used for social good or to give power to big corporations? And then last but not least, there's the environmental cost. With AI, it takes a lot of compute and a lot of data, and so there are data centers being built, but this does contribute to the deterioration of the planet that we have.
So now we talked a little bit about AI, high-level intro. We're going to talk about our club's events. So what do we have going on? First, this Thursday of this week, we're going to have a workshop where you can track all of your assignments on Canvas, right? And in one spreadsheet. Because the problem that I have as a student here, as a senior, is like I've seen like all the different Canvas and Blackboard pages are designed so differently, and like I have trouble navigating to find my quiz and stuff. And I want to help you guys fix this problem by hosting this workshop. So we're gonna use AI to create an assignment tracker spreadsheet. Then October 2nd, next week, I believe, we have Professor Fangyi Yu, who's going to give a talk about information elicitation. what that means is like, how can we get truthful, accurate information from humans in training AI models, right? As mentioned, the AI learns from humans and from our data. How can we get that accurate information? So he's done some research in that, and we'll be giving a talk on that.
And then on October 6th, we're going to have Dr. Takeuchi come in. He is the Human and AI Values Professor here at Mason, and he's going to talk about the distinction between generative AI and then compared to artificial general intelligence. And then on October 10th, we have Dr. Sun coming in, and then he's going to be giving an overview of the AI applications in cybersecurity.
And on October 17th, we have Dr. Yao, who runs the Natural Language Processing Lab at Mason, who's going to give a talk on how language models solve math problems and generate code. And October 24th, just curious, anyone here ever been to a hackathon before? Okay, so we got some nods. So basically we're having the world's shortest hackathon on October 24th. It's like 2 hours of coding, and then we present. So it's like 4 to 7 p.m. And mark your calendar, it'll be fun. So this is like a spreadsheet we created with all of our events. We're going to update it consistently every time we have like an update or new event. It will be in our link tree. So so all of our events will be there.
Oh, and so when we sent a survey out, a huge number of people were really interested in doing projects. And so we didn't really have any projects ourselves in mind, like at this moment, but we did want to open up the floor to people who did have some. So if you wanted to come up and pitch a project, you definitely can. And basically this will be an opportunity to kind of just connect with other people who have similar interests as you and maybe form a team, and then this would be a project that you would work on throughout the semester, utilizing AI. And I totally understand if no one wants to come up and pitch, but it is an opportunity. Perfect. Don't worry about it. Now that you know that there's a possibility of doing projects, just think on it, and we can definitely touch back on this in the future. We just thought there was a lot of interest in it, and so we wanted to accommodate those interests. And again, this sheet is also going to be on our link tree. So maybe if you don't want to come and pitch right now, you can type not anonymously, you can type, and people can read about your project.
And you guys can email us, and then we'll add it to the spreadsheet there.
Okay.
So yeah, feel free to do that. If you have any project idea, it will be on the sheet, and we can make an announcement on our social medias and stuff for you. And we're looking for people, like 1 or 2 really interested people who want to help run the club to join us as associate officers. And in addition to like helping us run the club and our events and stuff like that, we have one challenge for you, and that is you need to organize a rave. If you think you can do this, come talk to us about being an associate officer. And if you see this and you're scared, don't.
Be excited.
Are you kidding? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh.
I'm very serious.
Yes.
Like, do band, like, concerts count?
We can talk about it.
Wait,
We
I
can
actually
talk.
really like that idea.
Yes.
I see.
But open to a lot of creativity, but the idea is it will be a rave.
Just a clarification.
Yeah.
What do you mean organized rave?
Basically, you will create a large event where students within the Mason community will come together and socialize and dance to good music.
Could be AI generated music if you wanted to be. Yes.
Are you telling us to do this because you've done this?
I've helped organize events similar to this, but I haven't organized my own rave. So
Yes.
Yet. So we'll do it together as a club.
How many people do you need?
We said 1 to 2, but now I'm thinking we need like 50.
No, not for the associate officer. I mean like in the rave.
In the rave,
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess it depends, but
5.
Oh, okay. It can range, yeah.
Those are good questions though.
It can be like I don't want to give specific numbers, but yeah, it can be little or a lot. You know, so yeah.
I think what matters is like the energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's 3 people and we're having a good time, I would consider that. Would you consider that a rate? Okay.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys.